Hello and welcome to the FIFA World Cup preliminary draw for the Oceania Football Confederation, the pathway to Qatar 2022. A very warm welcome to our viewers around the world for the last of the qualifying draws, an important milestone on the road to Qatar. 9 teams from OFC will be competing for a place in the Intercontinental Playoff, where they have the chance to realise their dreams of making it to the finals in Qatar next year. But before we get down to the business, here is a quick message from FIFA President Gianni Infantino.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the draw for the OFC qualifiers for the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Welcome to all our friends from across the Oceania region who are joining us virtually for this exciting moment. Among the 9 teams in this draw, only New Zealand has represented Oceania at a FIFA World Cup, memorably making the finals in Spain in 1982 and more recently in 2010. In South Africa, New Zealand represented the continent with great courage, finishing the tournament undefeated and ahead of then world champions Italy in their group, with whom they earned a memorable draw. As you know, at FIFA, our mission is to grow the game, already the world's most beloved sport, into a truly global game where every talent has a chance. This is why I am delighted that starting from the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Oceania will count on having 1.5 places at the final tournament, as the sport's greatest stage continues to become truly global. This surely makes a huge moment for football development in the region, and it is my great wish to see the footballing talents of the region expressed on the world's biggest stage more often. Coming back to the present, these upcoming OFC qualifiers, to be staged in March 2022, promise to be nothing less than thrilling, with 9 teams fighting for a spot in the FIFA Intercontinental Playoffs taking place in the months of June, with the FIFA World Cup fast approaching. Thank you and good luck to all the teams involved as you embark on your journey to the FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar. All the best. Bye-bye.
Yes, it is fantastic news that from 2026, the OFC will be guaranteed at least one place at the finals of the FIFA World Cup. And one man who is very happy about that is OFC President Lambo Moltok.
FIFA President, FIFA representatives, OFC Executive Committee, member associations, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the draw for the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 Oceania qualifiers. Today is the pinnacle time for our confederation and our member associations. For many players, a milestone has been reached, and for all the teams participating, a great opportunity lies ahead in Qatar. Congratulations to our member associations, teams and players. Since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020, OFC's ultimate goal has been to return to play with the health and safety of our players at the forefront of our decision. We finally have this opportunity after more than 18 months of no competition. We give credit to all our member associations for continuing to develop football in the regions despite being faced with many restrictions. We thank FIFA, AFC, and the Qatar Football Association for their support in enabling us to play outside our region. I wish all the best of luck to the teams, both in the draw and the upcoming matches. Thank you.
Exciting times for the region, and also excited to be joined by a Zurich local here tonight, as well as a FIFA legend who's capped 65 times by Switzerland and was selected for his country at 3 FIFA World Cups. Of course, we're talking about Bledim Gemayli. Bledim, good evening to you. Great to see you. Thanks for joining me tonight. You've had many accolades in your club career, titles domestically here in Switzerland with Zurich, in Turkey, a Coppa Italia with Napoli as well. But where do you rank appearing and representing for your nation at a FIFA World Cup amongst those accolades?
Hi, Adriania, and good morning to our friends in Oceania. I think representing the country you live and you grow up is something very special. And for me, playing for a club was very good, very nice. But when you get called for a World Cup, it's something you never forget. I played 3 World Cups, and I think it was amazing. And these memories will always stay in my mind.
Special opportunity for all the players involved. Thank you again, Bladim. And leading us through tonight's draw will be Jaime Yaza, Director of Tournaments at FIFA. A warm welcome to you, Jaime.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you again. Looking forward to this one. If you may, can you please take us through the proceedings for the draw tonight?
Oh, of course. And good evening and good morning to our friends in Oceania. As Bladim said, it's the time difference, there it is. Well, the OFC preliminary competition is essentially a mini tournament that features 8 countries, will be staged in Qatar in March 2022. The 8 teams made up of the 7 highest ranked OFC nations, along with the winner of a qualification match between Tonga and Cook Island, will be allocated to 2 pots based on the latest FIFA Coca-Cola World Ranking. The 4 highest ranked teams will be allocated to pot 1. These are New Zealand, Solomon Islands, New Caledonia and Tahiti. And the remaining, Fiji, Vanuatu, Papua New Guinea and the winner of the qualification match between Tonga and Cook Islands will be in pot 2. We will begin the draw with pot 2 before moving on to pot 1. And the balls in each pot will be emptied completely before moving on to the next. The teams drawn from each pot will be allocated to the groups sequentially, firstly to A and then to B. So the first team drawn will go into position 4A, the second team into 4B, the third one to 3A, and so on. And there's one important difference in pot 1 is that we have 2 balls on different color. They contain the 2 highest ranked teams who will be placed in positions 1 of the respective groups. And therefore, we will draw them last. Well, we are basically ready to start. Before we go on, let's take a look at the teams in pot 2. Well, some great goals there, Bladim. It's your turn now, it's your task now. Please, let's go on pot 2 and let's start. Give them a good steer and show us the first team.
Tonga or Cook Islands?
Well, we have now the first team that we don't know which one it is. It's going to be either Tonga or Cook Islands, and we are placing them, as announced before, in the Group A in position 4.
For both a 7th participation in OFC qualifiers and, of course, for the victor, a place in the next round.
Very good. We know now the first team. We go on with pot 2. Let's show us another team, please.
Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea, and moving on to Group B in sequence in position 4.
Arguably the nation's best achievement came in the 2016 OFC Nations Cup final, where they were beaten narrowly on penalties to New Zealand.
Excellent. Bladim, you could still go on, please.
Vanuatu.
And we have Vanuatu joining either Tonga or Cook Islands in Group A in position 3.
Although yet to make a men's senior FIFA World Cup, they did create history when qualifying for the 2017 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in South Korea.
Excellent, Berim. We've got one team left in pot 2. Go ahead.
Fiji.
And there was only one, as we said, Fiji, joining in Group B, Papua New Guinea in position 3.
Well, Fiji have featured on the global stage previously, the 2016 Summer Olympics and the 2015 FIFA Under-20 World Cup.
So we are almost halfway. We are halfway there. So, Blarin, before we start, let's take a look at some memories from the teams in pot 1. Looking forward to some of these players in Qatar in March. We are moving now to pot 1, but as we mentioned before, there are 2 colors there. We will go on with the color white. So please go ahead, Barry.
Tahiti.
And we have Tahiti. They will join Vanuatu and Tonga or Cook Islands in Group A in position 2.
Tahiti are yet to appear at a FIFA World Cup, but have previously appeared at a senior men's final tournament, the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup.
Very good. The last white ball, please.
New Caledonia.
And joining Fiji and Papua New Guinea in Group B, we have New Caledonia, position 2.
New Caledonia's most notable achievement came in 2017 at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in India, the senior men's team aiming to emulate that feat this time around.
Now you're going to have to steer them again. We have the 2 top-ranked teams, and let's see which one goes to which group.
Solomon Islands.
And Solomon Islands joining and completing Group A in position 1.
The Solomon Islands have reached the final match in OFC qualifying on 2 previous occasions, the 2006 prelims where they were beaten by Australia and the last edition against New Zealand.
Well, there is no more options, but please show us the team inside the ball so we conclude the draw.
New Zealand.
And is the top-ranked team in Group B, New Zealand, position B1.
And New Zealand, of course, aiming to qualify for a 3rd ever FIFA World Cup after previous appearances in 1982 and 2010, a tournament in South Africa where they were the only team not to be beaten.
Well, this concludes the draw of the group stage of the Oceanian preliminary competition. Let me very briefly recap how the groups are going to look like. In Group A, we have Solomon Islands, Tahiti, Vanuatu, and the team yet to win in the match between Tonga and Cook Islands. And in Group B, we have New Zealand, New Caledonia, Fiji, and Papua New Guinea. The 2 winners and the runners-up of each group will qualify for the semifinals. The 2 winners of the semifinals will play the final, and the winner of the final will still have to face an important intercontinental playoff against the team from CONCACAF. So it's a hard way, but there's going to be great matches ahead of us.
No doubt about that, Jaime. Bladim, thank you so much for your assistance with the draw. Jaime, some thrilling matches to look forward to. What stands out to you after the draw?
Well, I think obviously we said two top-ranked teams like Solomon Islands and New Zealand, but I'm really looking forward to see Tahiti and Solomon Islands play. This is a very interesting group for sure.
Tell me more about that. I know you have many friends in Tahiti, drawn with the Solomon Islands there. An exciting opportunity for both.
Well, I have a lot of friends in Oceania, not only in Tahiti, but Tahiti, we had a fantastic tournament a few years back. So Yorana to all my friends back in Tahiti. And Solomon Islands is one of the most talented players in the region for sure. That's why they are where they are. So I'm really looking forward to these matches in March in Qatar.
So are we, of course. And Bladim, for you, from a player's perspective, obviously an intercontinental playoff place on the line here for the victor. What does it mean to these players? How special would it be to make that all-important intercontinental playoff spot?
I mean, like I said before, playing the World Cup is something big. I think to get the hands on the trophy is something you want to achieve like when you're children. So it's a big dream. I wish good luck to everyone. I think, like Jaime said, there are some talented teams, but of course New Zealand is the favorite. But I would like to see some other teams sometimes in a World Cup, so it would be nice. So good luck to everyone, and hope to see you in the World Cup.
Absolutely. A nervous wait for all, but very well done. So there it is, the draw for the OFC preliminary rounds for qualification to the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 is complete. Each of these teams now aware of the challenge that lies ahead. It will be a long, tough journey for all, but one with the ultimate prize on offer, a chance to compete for the most famous trophy in world sport. All that remains is to say thank you to you, Bladim. Very well done. Jaime, magnificent as always. And of course, thank you to all of you for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you next year in Qatar. From all of us here in Zurich, it's goodbye for now.